We're talking today about the Great Resignation. It's no surprise that there are record numbers of employee turnover, and the cost to hire and backfill these positions can be extraordinary. So with that being said, what we really need to start doing is focusing on retaining the talent that we already have. Let's say you get a resignation that comes across your desk, and it's one of your top performers. You want to make a counteroffer, and you do that, and maybe you even offer more money than they've been offered elsewhere. But this employee still elects to leave. What that tells you is you do not have a problem with your compensation structure. What you have a problem with is your level of engagement with this particular employee. And what you need to determine is how deep that engagement problem goes throughout your organization. Smaller organizations, it can be a quick fix. Training managers on having consistent one-on-one conversations with their people to check in, find out how they're doing. But that's not always scalable for the larger shops. Larger organizations may want to consider implementing an engagement survey, but that can be a little bit trickier than you'd think as well. It's really important when you do implement an engagement survey to formulate your questions in a way that you can get the data that you need and know what areas you need to improve. For example, at Encompass we subscribe to the MAGIC methodology. It's 5 letters, it's an acronym. M stands for meaning, A stands for autonomy, G is growth, I is impact, and C is connection. Setting engagement surveys up this way, in these 5 pillars, will really show us where our deficiencies are and show us what we need to do to correct those. For example, let's think about a question for meaning. Do you get a sense of fulfillment from completing your work? Autonomy. Do you have the tools necessary to do your job? Or do you feel like you can take risks when there's a benefit to be gained from that? G, for growth. Do you see yourself with our company 5 years from now? Why or why not? I is impact. Does your work make a difference to your teams? Does your work make a difference to the larger organization? And finally, C is connection. Do you have a good, positive relationship with your manager or your leadership team? Do you have a positive relationship with your coworkers or your teammates? Again, if we make sure that we bucket our questions into these areas, we can really easily identify, hey, what do we need to do to fix any particular area, and we can really start to see some trends in where we need to focus our efforts. So if you have any questions, or if you would like help in creating an engagement survey, reach out to your client experience manager here at Encompass Group and we'd be happy to help.